This is the EDS wireless derailleur from Wheeltop, and regular viewers of the channel will know last year I got my hands on a prototype version of this at the Shanghai bike show last year, but now they're almost ready with their near final version, so Wheeltop sent a version over for me to check out. But the very same day I got this, on YouTube, I saw on GMBN a very clickbaity video with a fake SRAM splashed all over it, with a photo of this very same rear derailleur. So I was intrigued. So is it fake? Is it legit? What's going on? Let's find out. Now, Wheeltop have actually been around since 1951. If we're keeping score, SRAM's been around since 1987. But Wheeltop were mostly famous for making like metal bike components, most famously cranksets, which they then sold on to other bike brands, to OEM in their complete bikes. Their customers include Trek and Giant. Now, a couple of years ago, they branched out to electronic group sets, and the EDS was born. But hey, we all know SRAM did the first wireless group set, right? So they must be copying SRAM, right? Well, no. First of all, SRAM weren't the first to do the first wireless group set. That honor went to Mavic in the 1990s. So I guess SRAM Axis is fake Mavic by that logic. But no, if we are being serious, SRAM were the first to do wireless shifting well. Me personally, I'm a huge SRAM fanboy. I was originally of the first original SRAM Red ETAP back in 2016 or 2017, I think. So I've been using ETAP for like 5-6 years. I love it. I'm a fanboy. I'm on board. However, one thing I do not love is patent hoarding. Now, Shimano and SRAM are both famous for their hoarding of patents. And yeah, for the wireless stuff, SRAM has an abundance of patents. If you look at the new Shimano Di2 stuff, why is it half wireless? Shimano will tell you it's because they want to be able to just keep one battery in there to power both derailleurs. But no, the truth is the reason the new Di2 isn't fully wireless is because SRAM has a whole shed of patents on that. But I'm not dishing out on SRAM. Shimano does the same thing too. They have a whole whore of patents, which is why most of these Chinese group set manufacturers like Lantu and Sensor and now EDS have a minefield of patents to go through. Now, is it a good thing for consumers if one company has a monopoly on wireless group sets, even though it's 1990s technology? You guys be the judge. Anyway, the main point of contention in the GMBN video was that the derailleur they had was being passed off as a GX derailleur. In all the item description and stuff, it was all GX, Eagle, Axis, blah, 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 every other word. Now, I strongly condemn that. I hate people trying to pass stuff off for stuff it isn't, but Wheeltop also condemn that. So when I saw the video, I reached out to Wheeltop and asked them, hey, what's going on? And they actually sent me a link and a screenshot of the AliExpress listing in case, and yet it wasn't their official listing. It was one of their sellers who had gone and made the listing. And the seller who made that listing, they've already blacklisted from their list of approved dealers and will not be getting their hands on any more EDS product. Now, if you're not familiar with AliExpress, AliExpress is like eBay on steroids. It's the proper Wild West of Chinese bike parts and other parts for that matter. Now, I remember back in the days of eBay too, you know, if you wanted to sell some trainers which had 4 stripes on them, some like knockoff Adidas trainers or whatever. Can we say knockoff? I guess they're not really trying to be Adidas, but you know, Adidas inspired. In your item description, you'd say, you know, white trainers, not Adidas, Puma, Nike, blah, 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 and put a whole bunch of keywords in there to try to get people who are searching for the other stuff. Now, that's exactly the same thing that happened in the listing that GMBN were looking at. The guy just spammed it with Axis, keywords and stuff to make people think they were looking at what they weren't looking at. I also remember back in the days of eBay, you know, you have sellers saying like a photo of a Nintendo Wii, and then people, you know, wouldn't read a photo of it and just go and buy it thinking they're buying a Nintendo Wii, only to receive a photo of a Nintendo Wii. So they're just crappy, like low moral standard sellers just trying to make a fast buck. Another thing in the GMBN video too was the price. Dobby commented that like the price of this was almost the same price as the legit thing. I think he overpaid if that's the case. In China, this setup here, the full thing retails for $340 US. And I think SRAM's cheapest Eagle Axis group set is the GX, which retails for $660. So basically half the price. But then this derailleur is actually lighter than SRAM Eagle XX1, I think is the top one, which retails for $1,000 US. So yeah, hard to make an apples to apples comparison, but definitely not almost the price. So yeah, like dodgy seller listings and price gouging, like just like eBay back in the day. This is what AliExpress is. This is why in most of my videos, I try not to send people to AliExpress. I'll try to find other reputable links, you know, like the official websites of the sellers like Winspace or Lundwheels or whoever it may be. And I also want to say, like, I'm not taking this out on GCN or GMBN or Dobby for that matter. Like, so I'm not a huge mountain bike guy. I don't watch GMBN, but you know, Dobby, I asked around and he's got a good reputation, it seems. Everyone thinks he's legit. So hey, no beef with him. Yeah, I just think some more research could have been done first, but the official EDS website currently doesn't list this, so I can see how when he went to research, he couldn't find anything about it. So yeah, no blame there, but I just thought I'd put this video out to make everyone on the same page. So in summary, legit company behind the product, you know, OEM for Giant and Trek, been around for ages, trying to do their own thing, but a shitty seller on AliExpress, trying to con people into buying something where it's not. But I don't think we should take that away from the brand trying to do something themselves. So let's actually have a look at what this is. So like I said, I've got in my hands here a near final prototype. This is actually different to the one that GMBN had as well. They had the OE version. I think I'll put up a picture here showing you the subtle differences. But yeah, this is the more modern, real production version. So yeah, a few differences between the two on the outside and apparently a few small changes on the inside. But yeah, this should be the near final version. There's not much to show right now. So weight wise, I put it on the scales yesterday and it's pretty light. Like I say, it's lighter, 20 grams lighter than the lightest SRAM GX Eagle XX1. That's a mouthful. So yeah, weight wise is doing good, but it's useless being light if it doesn't do its job. Now, the clutch on here is super strong, so I can't see there being much issues with chain retention. Of course, I'm going to slap it on a mountain bike and find out. Shifting, I mean, the buttons have a really nice click to them. The speed of the shifting, I've got an Eagle Axis on one of my gravel bikes. I use the old red E-Tab every day. This seems a bit noisier maybe, we'll see. But anyway, we'll see how it rides. Like I say, video coming in the future of how it rides, so make sure you subscribe to see that. But first impressions, yeah, you press shift, it shifts, it goes up, it goes down. But to me, the best thing about this, or the most unique feature about this, is the app that it comes with. Okay, so now we're paired and we found it in the app. I've got my system here called Dobby. I can see I've got 80% battery on the rear derailleur, and I can see, where's my front derailleur going? Oh, swipe. And my front front shifter, I can see I've got 3.1 version of the firmware. But when we dive into the settings, it's when things get really interesting. So you can do all sorts of stuff by choosing how quickly it shifts and this, that, and the other, different speeds for shifting up and down, lots of things to customize. But this one in here, replace flywheel. Now flywheel is a bit of a bad translation, it should say cassette. But in here we can see that we have flywheel speed. Now this actually means how many gears does your cassette have? Because this rear derailleur you can use with 7-speed, 8-speed, 9-speed, 10-speed, 11-speed, 12-speed, or 13-speed cassettes. So I think this is the killer function on here. The fact that you can use this with any group set, basically from a 10-year-old group set or 20-year-old group set through to a modern day or a future group set even. And yeah, so basically you can just set up the derailleur to use with any group set you have. If you're running 11 speed like I am right now, I've got it in 11 speed, so it'll work fine with SRAM or Shimano 11 speed. In 12 speed, again, you can tinker the spacing because different brands might be using different spacing. But at the moment, the default for 12 speed is axis spacing, so I can use this with my other SRAM axis cassettes. 13 speed, I imagine, must be Campagnolo's egg cassettes, which is cool that you can get it set up with that too. But this is something that all the brands should be doing, in my opinion. Now, in here, it's a motor. It can move as little or as much as it's told to move. So why all the big brands like Shimano and SRAM? You know, I've got 11-speed SRAM ETAP now, and I can't use it with a new SRAM 12-speed cassette because SRAM want me to get out my wallet and pay more money just to make the motor move a different amount. I think that's pretty disgusting, in my opinion. I much prefer to support a company like this, which doesn't make you pull out your wallet every time you want to add another sprocket on your cassette. So yeah, I guess it's easy to sit on your high horse and say who's copying who and who's doing who. But if you look about which brand is actually looking after consumers and actually trying to save you money, yeah, I don't know. You guys make up your own mind. But looking forward to getting this on the bike, like I say. I think it's pretty innovative in its own way, letting it be used with different cassette setups. So the only thing left to see is how it actually rides out there. I'm going to install this tomorrow or the next day and then take it for a few rides. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that when it comes out here. Like I say, no hate in this video, no hate to GMBN or anyone. I think everyone's just doing their job. Oh, I do have some hate. The shitty AliExpress seller who was trying to pass it off as a GX group set. Yeah, F that guy. Everyone else, just keep riding your bikes, man. Don't think about too much about this, that, or the other. Who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. But yeah, sometimes I feel a bit of responsibility to come out and share the truth. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something. I hope you did. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. China Cycling out.